if you go back 5 years ago in my videos, I was fat though, fatter anyway, not like big fatty, but I'm thinner now.
You were never fat. You were just a little.
My fans
thick.
will disagree with you. They were definitely mocking my double chin.
Oh, I believe that. Yeah, I mean, I get mocked for being fat all the time. But like, you were never actually fat. Like, and also as an American, it's easy to rationalize not being fat because like so many of the people you see are absolute planets.
Oh, have you seen on Reddit the other day? They were showing pictures of like, I don't know, a diner from the 50s. And it was like
fit and good looking.
It said, "Look how thin and healthy everyone looks, and how small their plates are."
Ooh.
And everyone looked like their ideal weight, like everyone, like out of like 38 people, maybe 45 people, like dozens of people, and then all their plates were like saucers, like what the fuck are you gonna do with that? Put a teacup in it? Fries and a burger? What? There's like nothing on there.
And it's a little reasonably priced or reasonably sized burger, rather. Just a little thing.
A fucking nickel, though, right?
Most people won't get this movie, but The Goonies. Can you show this, Zach? In 1980.
I remember The Goonies.
I've never seen
it. I think it was from You remember The Goonies, Taylor?
Oh, I remember watching it. I don't remember when it came out. Yeah,
you were probably weren't born when it came out, but there was a character called Chunk who was impossibly fat, and they all made fun of how his belly fat just wiggled back and forth disgustingly. This is the impossibly fat child from the 80s.
Yeah. This is like the truffle shuffle meant to be embarrassing, like shake your belly around fatty, and like that kid would not turn heads today.
Nope.
At all. No. Not even close. And they even like, I'm just noticing this now. They even put like a big fat person's style on him to like play up. Like, wow, look at this kid with his big Hawaiian shirt, like a big fat fatty. Like
they dressed him up with an elastic waistband right across the love handles to maximize what a fatty he was.
And that's the best they could do. You go to a neighborhood swimming pool, you're seeing 10 kids fatter than this guy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You're going to see a little Mexican kid, super, super fat. I remember that when I worked at Enterprise in Boise, there were so many, because obviously, like, I don't know why, obviously, because it's so north, but there's a huge Hispanic population there. And I remember, like, noticing, like, there is an epidemic of really fat Hispanic kids.
Really they're the worst.
Fat.
Oh, the Mexicans are fatter than us.
To the point that like the level of fat that you feel like you would be justified telling the parents like, what are you doing
like, to him? Like if
you realize like you're setting him up for like a life of problems and like difficult health. Like, come on now, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah,
but it's like fat awful dad is like, look at me.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, look at you.
I'm not saying Americans aren't fat because there's clearly a bunch of them, but I wonder if it's overstated by our height. Like if you said Americans were the heaviest people on the planet, I'd say, all right, that kind of checks out, but we're like in the top 3 in height. So we're gonna be heavy.
But like all the countries that beat us in height, like all those Northern European countries, like they're not fat.
Sexy. Yeah, they're not. I'm not saying they're fatter. I'm just saying that maybe, for example, fucking China's as fat as we are, and they're not nearly as tall.
Not them, but yeah. Well, Mexico is the fattest country as far as BMI goes, and it's all because of that full sugar Coke. No. Mexico is not. We're winning again. Oh, I thought Mexico was number 1 for obesity rates and stuff. Because they had that full sugar Coke. Like, think about Mexican food. Most of it's carbs. Mostly carbs, wrapping like a relatively small amount of meat. Like in a
the highest BMI is the Cook Islands, followed by Nauru, Samoa, and then Tonga. We're not even in the top 5.
Yeah, but like half of those things you just listed, there's like 11 people that live there, and they're all just of a big boned family. But yeah,
the top 10 is Tuvalu, Kiribati, St. Lucia, Micronesia, and Egypt. Egypt's a real country. I've heard of
Samoans. So like, what is it? Do they like like biologically or like diet wise or evolution, however they would say it, why are Samoans so fat? Is it like an introduction of a new diet, something maybe they weren't used to while they were like living on islands for 10,000 years?
That's what we did to the Indians, right? We put them on those like government rations. Like I think that like a huge staple of their diet now is like fried bread, and but I think that was because like they were given those ingredients by the government when they were on the reservations, because traditionally fried bread I don't think was what they ate as much as like,
but it was a ration, so it was basically like, okay, we're going for calories. What's
and they really suffer from alcoholism. The Russians with the alcoholism. I get apparently
what's up?
Apparently the control of vodka in Russia going back to the czars and before has been like the way to control the people and a way to bestow power and money to people that your underlings. Like if you're the czar and you want to like give somebody a good job, you're like, you'll handle the vodka. Oh my God, really? Because all of the vodka is made by the government. Like they wouldn't let they stopped letting the peasants make their own at some point along the way and like took control of it, and then they're able to tax it and they make it extremely affordable. And one of the things they did, the vodka bottles didn't reseal because they imagined that an average Russian man would finish a bottle in a day or even in a sitting. Yes.
Are you making that up?
No, I'm not making that up.
The bottles wouldn't
go back on.
Wait, you mean like a fifth bottle, like the kind you buy at
it looked like a liter to me.
Not the handle, the giant liter.
Like a large vessel of vodka. Like
That's
liter of vodka.
Huge amount of vodka.
But anyway, like over time, like control of the vodka and who and where those taxes went have moved around all the way up until modern days when and the alcoholism that it has, like the systemic alcoholism, because generational alcoholism has been really interesting too.
That's sad.
And there were these quotes about how like a drunk Russian doesn't do this, a drunk Russian's wife doesn't do that, and a drunk Russian the child of a drunk Russian doesn't question this. It was like this great way to sort of control the population by keeping them drunk and complacent.
Well, I mean, that's just a different version of what, governments have done forever. The whole,
I don't know. This is like government sponsored drugging of the whole society, and they've gone along with it. Cause like the drunk Russian on vodka is a stereotype as much as black dudes with big dicks. Like,
I mean, the Russians, like, it's not just them though. Like, isn't like all those like ex-Soviet bloc countries kind of deal with that, right? Or no?
Well, for the same reasons, right? Because.
Oh, maybe, yeah. That's interesting. I didn't know any of that. Huh.
They're all Soviet bloc countries.